Well, Marcus, how did you become aware of our interest and where did it go from there to here we are now, having signed for Wimbledon?
So I think my agent actually spoke to the club a few months ago about trying to get something done, and at the time it just wasn't right, or there was just a few factors that we couldn't measure up for it to make it happen, and we said we'd revisit in Jan, see where we're at then. For me, fortunately, the manager said I could come in, train, see how I get on, sort of have a look at me and see where I'm at, kind of things, and then we'd take it from there. And now, yeah, here I am.
We've played at a higher level. I mean, I should think there must have been other offers as well. What appealed to you about Wimbledon?
Yeah, so there was a bit of interest as well from other clubs, and conversations that were being had with other clubs as well. But I think for me, being back down south, closer to family, was a massive thing for me, having been at Middlesbrough previously and obviously up in Oxford as well. So for me, I think being close to home and family and things like that were quite important for me, which helped me make a decision.
That's good to hear. We've also had, of course, Romain Sawyers with us recently. You both took part in the PFA pre-season training camp. How did you find that, and how have you been keeping yourself ticking over since?
It was really good, to be fair. I actually did really enjoy it. It's I think as close to a footballing environment in terms of being at a club as you're going to get. And obviously the training's really good. You do a lot of stuff that you would do if you was at a club. So it did really help, and then obviously with the fitness side of things as well, it was very beneficial.
So just looking back over the career now, I mean, of course, you started out at West Ham, part of the very successful youth system they've got of producing players over the years. You were there for quite some time. How did you find that?
I loved it, to be fair. And before I left, it was all I knew. So leaving was a strange feeling. Obviously, I'd been on loan while I was there, but leaving on a permanent basis was a little bit hard to take at the time, I'd say, because I didn't expect it. But no, great club, made a lot of good friends that I still keep in contact with today, and thoroughly enjoyed my time there. And it's a great club.
And then, of course, Oxford United as well, a number of spells you've had there. I think you had an assist against us as well once, so you've come up against us. What was it like being part of Oxford, though, part of your development as a senior player?
Yeah, it was really good. I think I was 19, maybe just going on 20, the first time I went on loan to Oxford when I was at West Ham. I went on a season-long loan there. That was my first spell, and I had a great time. It was my first loan, and obviously lads that are sort of around that age and go out on their first loan, it's always a bit, you don't know what to expect. You never really played senior football, so it could get a bit nerve-wracking. But for me, I had an unbelievable time. Great set of lads, great group of staff, great club, great people. So there's nothing bad I can say about the club, to be fair. And then watching them grow over the years. Obviously, I'd left, and then I went back again on loan while I was at Middlesbrough, and we got to obviously the playoff final and lost. And then signing for them on a permanent basis the following season was great for me, because it just shows how much I enjoyed my time there. So yeah, it's a great club full of amazing people, and to see how far the club's come on and progressed over the last few years has been amazing.
And that big move as well you've spoken about there to Middlesbrough, moving up north, what was that experience like at a young age? Different?
It was difficult, especially being from London. I think moving up there was a bit of a culture shock, but I became to enjoy it. I think the longer I spent up there, the more I enjoyed it, and sort of the way I live my life in a very relaxed, chilled way, and up there's sort of suited for that, because everything's a bit of a slower pace, and you can just sort of go about your business and do what you want at will. So I became to enjoy it. At the start it was quite difficult to settle in, and I struggled a bit, but yeah, I ended up thoroughly enjoying it as well. It's a great club.
So look, focusing on, of course, AFC Wimbledon here now, you are a Wimbledon player, of course, now. What's Johnny said that he wants from you, of course, because you can play in a number of different attacking positions? Yeah,
so I think what the manager wants from me would be just to bring sort of that excitement, creativity, directness, and obviously, like you said, I can play in numerous positions. So for me, it's just about sort of finding my feet again, getting back on the pitch, because obviously I've not been anywhere for the first half of the season. So for me, it's just finding my feet. I know my qualities. I know I can add to the strength of the group. An already very strong group in a great position, so I believe in my ability, and I know I can add to the team, and definitely, in my opinion, strengthen the team. So yeah, just directness, creativity, and just that sort of attacking flow state.
What was it like walking into the dressing room? Did you know any of the characters in there before?
Not personally. You hear about you hear players just through football and things like that, so you know of people and things like that, but not a lot of people I've spent a great deal of time with, to be fair, so that as well is also a bit nerve-wracking, but the lads have been spot on. Great group of lads. I actually told the manager as well the other day that the group is a very good group, a good work ethic, and obviously down to that they are what they are in the table, so yeah, they made me feel very welcome.
That's good to hear. And of course, our remarkable fan base that we've got here as well. They've achieved so much over the years with getting this club forward. You've come up against us on a few occasions. What have you made of that?
So the times that I've actually played at the stadium, and I actually really did enjoy playing at the stadium. It felt like one of them sort of homely stadiums with a good vibe to it. And I enjoyed it. So yeah, especially in the club coming on sort of leaps and bounds over the last few years as well has been good to watch from afar. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know everything about the club, because I don't, but sort of the stuff I hear and have seen of the club is sort of everything seems positive and like it's going up in the right direction, so which is it's good for me to be a part of as well. And obviously I hope I can bring, like I said, my qualities and help as best I can.
Of course, the fans will want to know, have you picked out a shirt number and any particular reason behind it?
I picked number 18. There wasn't a great deal of numbers available, unfortunately. My sort of lucky number, if you want to call it, is number 10, but obviously that's taken, so I knew I wouldn't be getting that. So it's just the numbers that were available to me. I picked a number 18, and I was actually sat with a friend on the sofa on the weekend when the text came through. And we spoke about, we went through, I think there was 5 or 6 numbers we went through. And we had our reasons why we wouldn't pick that, would pick that, wouldn't pick that, would pick that. And then we ended up coming to an agreement that I'd go with number 18.
Good stuff. So look, here we are now, for yourself personally, for this club as well. This club wants promotion. You're at a great age in your career. Where do we go from here now then?
Well, I think, obviously, I was lucky and fortunate enough to get promoted last season with Oxford, so I think sort of that feeling in itself, some lads might have experienced it before in the team, some lads might have not, but that sort of feeling and joyfulness that it brings is something that would make you want to do it again. It's another reason why I signed as well. One, the team's in a great position and everything's moving forward, and I feel like I can bring my qualities and boost and propel the club further and further up the table to ultimately end of the season be in and around it, for sure.
Great stuff. Marcus, welcome to Wimbledon.
Thank you very much.